Cheers, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So, what you may not know is that we've been a little naughty with our Chevrolet Bolt. We've put a tow hitch on it. You may or may not know that, but we are intending to use it to tow things when we go to Fully Charged Live, when we do CES. We're going to tow with it. Now, we used to have a tow hitch on our Bolt, which was this one right here. We used to have this tow hitch on the Bolt. Now this is just a standard class 1 hitch, and it's used for putting bike racks and whatnot on the back of the car. But now we have a slightly heftier one. We have effectively a class 2 hitch that we recently put on. We put that on a couple of weeks ago. Erin helped me, and there's a video on the way for that. But as a consequence of putting that big hitch on, the class 2 hitch, which now means we can tow things. I had a spider. Hello, spider. Crossing my path. We have now got to be able to buy a trailer, and we bought a trailer for the family to use, personal use, and it's right here. It's a pretty big trailer in terms of length, but it's a trailer that's going to be used to carry wood and things like that. So for those who don't know, my partner is a woodworker for a hobby. She doesn't do it for a job. She woodworks as a hobby, and this is a bed that she's currently working on for us. This is the footboard for our brand new bed that is actually upstairs. We're using it at the moment, but we don't have the headboard attached. The headboard is upstairs. This is the footboard. And when this is all finished, it's going to go upstairs. But trying to get wood like this into that is not necessarily the best solution on the planet. So we've bought this secondhand, used last week at, excuse me, I've just had a fizzy drink. And when we take it places, we need to have lights on it. Now, interestingly, the state of Oregon doesn't require you to register a trailer if its total weight, I believe, is less than 1,800 pounds. So we don't actually have to register this trailer. We will register the Transport Evolved one, which I'll come to in a second. But when we bought the trailer last week, we got a nice discount off it. And the gentleman selling it to us on Craigslist, after we paid him the money, we realised the trailer lights didn't work. And he was really nice, and he tried to help us fix the trailer lights. But we're like, we got this for a great deal. We'll just buy some new lights. So today, I'm doing a bit of a live stream while I put the lights on. I've been working on the trailer this morning, and I've confirmed that the lights actually will work. Now, these are the lights that we took off. These are old-fashioned incandescent lights, and you can see it's pretty mangled up in the back there. And what we decided we were going to do, because all of the connectors in here are all loose and rattling, what we decided we were going to do was just buy some LED lights and put on instead. And so we've got in its place these lovely LED lights, which are much brighter. They use a lot less energy, and they're going to be great. This is the right-hand side for use on the other side of the trailer. Now, if you're watching this from abroad, you're like, what? Where's the yellow lights? Well, in the US, you don't have to have yellow lenses on your turn signals. And so what you end up with is essentially a setup where you can have the brake lights and the turn signals can be combined. It's a bit weird, but you get used to it. We have previously had a wiring loom on our Chevrolet Bolt TV. I put it on. I wired it in myself. Obviously, it's not sanctioned by GM, but that's fine, because when we went to CES a couple of years ago, we used this rack. This is a luggage rack. It's designed to work on a 1/4-inch hitch. And because of the space and because of the hitch, the turn signals on the Bolt, if you don't know, these are the turn signals here. So there's one there and one there. They are actually orange. The turn signals on the Bolt, I'm sorry, my nose is running a bit this morning. The turn signals on the Bolt are not visible when you've got a rack on the back. And so in order to be compliant, in order for people to see us, I installed these on the back of this luggage rack. And we're replacing this luggage rack for CES this year because, as you can see, all of this damage here is where the trailer bottomed out on the road. And we saw sense to cover this with rubber insulation so we didn't damage the trailer too badly. But we'd rather not put all of our expensive camera gear on this and drive it to CES. So what we're doing this year is we're going to buy a trailer. We're going to have to save up. I have no idea how we're going to buy it, but we're going to try and buy a small trailer. Not like this. We're talking a small enclosed trailer that's probably about from here to here and about yay big, and is nice and aerodynamic and just sits behind the bolt, and it will contain all of our camera gear and it will be lockable. I have a couple of choices in mind at the moment, but right now I'm going to install this light on. I did a bit of rough testing this morning to make sure that the lights do in fact work, and I'm going to be really naughty because what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this brand new wiring loom. I'm going to save this. I'm going to use the wiring loom that's on the trailer because the wiring loom itself is just fine. But the rest of the trailer's lighting is not. Please excuse me while I grab a tissue. Always keep tissues in your car, because one of my pet peeves is people with sniffly noses. All right. So, this is the new light here. And one of the things we're going to have to do, I use those horrible wire nuts that I hate so much. And I've wired everything in. This is a test fitting from earlier. So if you've got any questions, want to chat, ask me anything, well, within reason, let me know. The first thing we've got to do with this is this white cable here is actually an earth strap. So I'm going to be a bit naughty and I'm going to just wire brush off some of the protection on here. And then once it's on, you'll see. So I can make a nice clear connection here. Now, of course, the old incandescent lights, you don't have to worry so much about having an earth. But these LED lights are very, very keen to have your earth connection on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to my trusty Halfords terminal box. Look at that, Halfords. Who remembers Halfords? I mean, I guess you still have Halfords in the UK unless they've gone under like every other British company. But I'm going to get my little trusty connector and hope it fits through, which it doesn't. Bother. I've got one connector left that I think will fit. Right, okay, here we go. So, there we have my trusty Halfords connector, and it will just sit down like so beneath and enable me to connect the wires up, which I think will be quite useful. Because it's always useful to have a wiring system that doesn't suck. It actually does what it's supposed to. Now, I hate crimping cables. I really abhor crimping cables, almost as much as I do wire connectors. But I'm going to do it. And I've got my crimp tool right here. So let's see if I get it right. So we want the yellow one. There's one crimp. There's two crimps. That's nice and strong on there. And then I'm actually gonna hide all of these wires up top here, like so. so that they can't get covered in dust and muck and everything else. And this one will have to just sit down at the bottom like so. I'll tuck that up and we'll just finger tighten it on, and then we'll test to see if it works. Now, it's just me today, so I am going to have to be a little creative in my testing, but hopefully it will work. And before anyone asks, because I have had one person ask me, let's tip this up a little bit so you can see my face rather than my chin. When was your birthday? My birthday was yesterday, Friday. So I was 40 years old yesterday. And I had to work. I worked 12 hours yesterday, maybe even 13. So it was kind of a busy day at the office, so to speak. And get this under here like so. Look at that, that's a lovely job. And thank you very much. I can't believe I'm 40. It's kind of a bit of a shock, to be completely honest, but that's fine. What I'm going to do, when this is all secured in, hopefully, is what I'm going to do, hopefully, when this is all secured in, is I'm just going to go and turn my lights on, and we'll see if this is going to work. Oh, that's a good sign. I can even show you from here. So, here we go. There you go. So I'm pretty confident that the lights actually work. Pretty confident that the lights work. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the license plate bracket, which is supposed to go on the back here. And she says, I'm gonna put it in, and hopefully that will work just as intended. Congratulations on your birthday. Time will be going fast. Am I moving home? No, Kevin, we're not moving. Happy birthday. Couldn't fit 40 cakes. 40, yeah. I know, that's the problem, right? You can't fit all the candles on the cake. What is it like? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach all of this on. Needs rotating blades on the wheels, Ben Hur style, so I can take out all the internal combustion engine cars as I'm driving along. No, this is just so that my wife can go and get wood, because my wife Kate, not to be confused with the Kate who is on the channel, that's a different Kate. There's two Kates. There you go. My wife Kate, otherwise known as a Mary Kate, likes woodworking, and she does it as a hobby, and so she needs a way of being able to basically get her wood and all the other materials she needs. And the little bolt is perfectly capable of towing that. I'm just trying to see if we're not going to put a trailer hitch. I don't think we're going to license this, because you don't have to license trailers in the state of Oregon. What did I get for my birthday? I got some new clothes, and I also got a lovely cup from my wife, a Fox cup, which I don't think I have somewhere. So I don't like celebrating my birthday because bad things have happened over the years on my birthday. For example, the day before my 22nd birthday, I had to bury my dad. And so I never really wanted to celebrate my birthday after that. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I've been at for all of these years. Now, I think that is pretty solid on there. So let's let's do a little test. We're going to do just one side here. So, the Bolt is not happy because it doesn't like you turning on the lights if it's not running, like any car. So let's see if this is working. Alrighty. So there we have it. Those are our hazard warning lights, which are operating in sync with the car's trailer, which is fantastic. Now, interestingly, this is a nice trick of this car, and this caused us some issues. The light here is because the light on the Bolt, there you go, the light on the Bolt, the tail light is actually on the tailgate. So when you close the tailgate, it goes up there, and that light goes out. So let's see. There we go. The tail light running, which is, and I think when you put these up, the trailer behaves slightly differently, which is a bit weird, I know, but it is the way it is. So we've done one side. Next, it's nice and clear and clean. She moved her birthday like the Queen. I've never really got the idea of birthdays either. I know that sounds a bit weird and desperate, but I've never really got the idea of birthdays. Never really understood them. Never done it. All right, so we've done that. Let's do this side as well. And so we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to repeat it. We're going to do it in reverse. So what we are going to do is we're going to take, we're going to undo these bolts. And this is the trailer. I mean, it's a lovely trailer. It's in pretty good condition. We're going to take this off. This one's a bit more rusty, I think. And the wiring, the actual wiring in the chassis of the trailer is in good condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to undo the wiring and go from here. And look, they've got an earth on this side, which is really interesting. That earth does not look in the best of conditions. I wonder how big that is. That doesn't look like an 11mm. No, that's a 12mm bolt. Never mind. Now I know where the earth is, so that solved that little problem there. So let's snip these off. I don't think they're bullet style connectors. I think they are crimped. Yep, they're bullet style connectors. It's actually really bad. I used these on the other side, which I hate. I abhor these so much. But I guess we'll find out if it lasts and if it works. Because the other option is for me to use two of these and then to wire and then to wrap it in electrical tape, which I may do. Self-amalgamating electrical tape. The other thing I might use is I've got some paint on electrical conduction in conductive material, so I may use that as well. Because I have used the last of my big, I'm going to have to use this on that side, which again, I'm not too happy about doing, but it should work. The spade connector, that should work just fine. Alrighty. I think actually that might be a slightly bigger spade connector as well. It is slightly bigger. So we'll use that one instead. Alrighty. Funny thing, they gave us these with the kit for the earth wires, but look, they don't actually fit around. It's a bit weird. C'est la vie. Alrighty, so once we've done that, then we're able to put the trailer back on, and I think I might actually drive it back into position because it's easier. Alrighty. Where are my wire snips? All right, so we're going to wire snip these. We're going to wire snip them a little bit higher. Just check that the corrosion hasn't gone up all the way in there. Like so. Yep, I can see healthy, happy cables in there, so that's good. Let's strip these and they can sit right up there. All right, bye. I don't know who's leaving. Brian, bye-bye, Brian. Let's switch the camera around here. I'm sorry I don't have a stand. I realised the other day I really do need like a stand of some description. Let's do it like that. So I hate stripping cables. It's one of my least favourite things, and I do have a better cable stripper than this, but we still haven't really found all the things since we moved. It took me a good half hour to find these, so I would like to say it was a pleasurable experience finding these, but it wasn't. Alright. And it's lovely and beautiful here up on the foothills of the Cascade Range. It's really beautiful. I'm really glad I live up here. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It's very kind of you. All right. This is the other side. Please excuse me. My nose is running very much today. It's because I'm outside rather than being inside. All right, so let us figure out how we're going to do this bit first so we don't get it wrong. Top, great. Bottom, great. All right, let's wire this one in first. All right. So I hate the crimp. Let's get the crimp out of the way. We'll use some yellow crimps here. Nope. This is why I don't like the yellow crimps. They are, in fact, evil. Never liked crimping. Regardless, but of little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones, I've just never liked crimping. And I didn't really like wire nuts either, and I'm using both today, so this is like a double horrible thing for me right now. Crimps and everything else. So what do you make of 10? Have you watched 10 yet? I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably have already watched 10, because the people who watch this channel are generally people who watch the main channel content first. Tail lights on a trailer. Yep. So, stop and turn is green, and the tail light is brown. And I'm just going to assume it's the same as it was on the other one, so let's just double check. Brown, stop and turn is green. Alrighty, so we're just going to wire nut these on, as I say. I don't like wire nuts. I think they are the spawn of Satan. I have said that so many times on this channel. You've probably heard me say it multiple times. But let me just show you here. So what I'm doing here, whoops. Ah! Come on. Camera. Here you go. This is the wire nuts. See if I can get one in shot. There you go. That is about as far into this shot as I can do. Tail lights go on like so. And for all their flaws, these do seem to work. So I guess I just have to shut up and be content with the fact that they work. So I know I shouldn't really be letting that dangle. Let's see if I can do it like that without damaging the... Nope. Okay, I'll do it quickly. Get it out of the way. All right. All right, so we have those in position. We have that in position. Now, I'm going to do what I did on the other side. And I'm going to scrape just a little bit of this off on this side. Just so you can see. All right. I suppose if I was doing this properly, I would actually paint... Drop my phone. I would actually repaint this. Run a ground wire to the car instead. Yeah, I could. But then I'd have to run it through the trailer and... Yeah. You're right. That's what I should do. You are totally right. I might put some of my rubber, I've got some rubber paint, I might find that rubber paint and paint it on and just, once I'm convinced everything works, then I will go from there. All right, let's see. This is that moment where we're like, oh, maybe it doesn't work. Well, I am the only person who can sit behind the wheel of a car right now, so in the house. I mean, obviously my wife is currently out running some errands, but I can't let anybody else sit at the wheel of a car. So, testing this is going to be fun. Let's see how we get on here. All right, this one I think is going to be a little harder to test, but let's find out. There's it. Oh dear, that's not good. Oh, I can see exactly what the problem is. Just give me a 30 seconds. There we go. We did get just the tiniest bit of a connection there. May have to do that on the other side actually. Let's see. I don't like that any more than I did the other one. We do not currently have a good ground. There we go. So, tail lights are on, as are the indicators, and lights go off, which means we've got it. But I think, as several of you said, I need a better earth. So I'm going to go and fix that. And then we'll put the trailer on, and then I'll be able to go and get some wood for my wife. If you missed the start of this, basically my wife does a whole lot of woodworking as a hobby. This is a footboard for a bed that she's working on for us at the moment. And we need to be able to get large amounts of wood, like all of that wood. And at the moment, we've been using my car and her Nissan Leaf, but we'd prefer to be able to just put stuff in the back of a trailer and go pick it up that way. So that's what we're doing. And that's why we're doing it. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send us a couple of dollars every month through Patreon. All of that good stuff. And we'll be back on Monday with more content. I'm actually flying to Germany next week for an event there. And so I'm not going to be around on the main channel. Sorry, I'm not going to be around in my usual capacity. So we'll see where it goes from there. We don't need to build the sides up for wood. That's the good thing. So the sides don't really need to be built up for wood. We do have a tailgate which will fit in here. And we've also got some tie downs. So we're all good there as well. Next time in England is going to be Fully Charged Live 2020 in the UK. We're also going to be at Fully Charged Live America, so do come and see us there. Assuming we have all the money that we need to go and do the trip. Transport Evolved, we're growing really fast, but our income is not growing at the speed of which all of the things we need to do is. So we're having to pick and choose as to what we can do. And I'm not paying myself at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this very informal stream. I'm going to go and finish the trailer, and then we're going to go take it for a test run and keep evolving.